guys. Hey, sorry I'm a minute or two late. I got excited about a project I was working on and I realized, oh my gosh, it's 9:30. So welcome to LovenStamps Studio Tours. Today we are talking about embellishments, which is basically any kind of fun little extra thing that is going to go on your card or your scrapbook page or your gift box or whatever you're making. And one of the biggest problems with these little gems, pun intended. One of the biggest problems with these gems is that if you can't find them, you can't use them. And if you don't remember that you ordered it, then you won't be able to use it either. So the whole organization scheme for embellishments is to make sure you know what you have so that you can use it when you have a project that's perfect for that item. All right, so how are we going to do this? My big thing is keeping stuff at your fingertips. So whether it's in a storage closet that you're pulling out to stamp on your dining room table, whether it's in a drawer in a dedicated space, you want to know where your embellishments are. So you ready for my favorite free storage box idea? I'll scoot you down here. Here is my drawer, and you can see my ribbons. I think we've talked about those, but here are my embellishments. Now, I can pull this box out. Well, actually I can't. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about this box. This box is actually two boxes. So here is the first one, okay? It's all gonna fall apart if I take it out. And then here is my second one. So basically I cut the front off of this back box here so that this front one could fit inside it, and then I'd have two storage spaces that are perfectly sized for my drawer. So if you're cutting your first box and it doesn't fit, then consider adding another one just around it. And of course, I always cut the side flaps off because they just take up space in the box and I don't really need them. This would also work if you were keeping things on like a bookshelf in a closet. You could have this box of embellishments here ready to go and pull out to your space when you wanted it. So here are the embellishments that I have. I keep my little canister ones right up here in front and then my stacks in the back. And I don't know about you, but I often kind of look at the sides of my canisters to kind of see what's in them and what I have. But for the pouches, I just like to keep them all stacked up and then I can kind of flip through really quickly to see what I've got. So here is a tip for keeping your embellishment packages nice. So they, Stampin' Up! Embellishments all come with this little plastic sheet around them, right? And I don't know about you, but the little adhesive strip that's on the back can kind of be a pain. It sticks when I don't want it to, and I can't get them out, and blah, blah, blah. So here's my strategy. I've shared this before, but if you haven't seen this tip, if I move this, you'll be able to see better. It's a really good one. And what you're gonna do when you open this the first time, you can take your snips. Sometimes it'll tear on its own. It's safer to use the snips. You're just gonna snip right up the edge of the package, okay? Now the package is open on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and close it back up on the back where the tape is. And then when I want to use my rhinestones, my gilded gems, I can pull them out from the side really easily, take what I want, and then slide them back in the packaging, because there are, it can be really frustrating when you have this loose someplace and you end up losing gems because they get caught on things or stuck on things. So I really find that keeping them in the plastic packaging is the best way to protect them. And then I'm not worried about that adhesive strip making a mess all the time. So a big tip for working with embellishments. All right, so I promised you another idea for keeping track of what you've got, and that is to hang, go ahead and hang on to your catalogs and mark in your catalogs what you've got. Now in the holiday catalog, or the January through, or August to December catalog, oh, I've been calling it July, August to December, there is actually a page in the back right here where all the embellishments are gathered for you. So you don't have to flip through the catalog to always find them. So right here, you could just take a pen or a highlighter and highlight what you've got so that you know what you have. And then you don't even have to look in your drawer necessarily. So that works kind of within one catalog. And then you could keep them marked in your main catalog too. All right, so the other thing that I would encourage you to keep handy for working with your embellishments is the adhesive that goes with them. So here is the tool tip that I'm going to talk to you about. So gold hoops are ta-da, new in the catalog that came out this summer. They're my favorite embellishment right now, with a possible exception of gilded gems. But I love the hoops because they are a fun design element and they are pretty simple to use. So I have a video tutorial series that I did last month. Here's one of the cards that is a make along. This is the one that I showed in my video, and you can kind of see the Halloween. This is the Christmas version that I'm not sure I've showed yet. So there is our Christmas version. You always decorate the inside of your cards, of course. So the hoop right here, though, is really kind of easy to use. My favorite tool for attaching them is glue dots, these mini glue dots. And right wherever you're working, remember, you have your adhesives handy, so glue dots should be part of that, so you can always attach your hoops without stressing about it. And when I did these cards, I put mini glue dots underneath the edges here and one under the ribbon here. But when you use these, they're pretty good size. They're a couple millimeters, almost a 1/4 inch. So that's too big for the hoop. So usually what I do is I take it off and I roll it into like a little taco shape. And then I put the taco shape on the back of the hoop. And I know that might be hard for you to see, but that taco shape is a really good sticky or has really good stick value and will really help us. Now, you can design to cover your adhesive, which I do a lot of the time. And so, for example, this hoop right here has those mini glue dots behind it, but it's covered by that strip of cardstock. This one here, mini glue dots here are covered by a strip of cardstock and covered by a little adhesive under the ribbon. So you can use those hoops very nicely. Just remember to cover your adhesive. Now, another fun way to use the hoops, I was pulling this out this morning, is to go ahead and use ribbon with them. And this is the embroidered ribbon from the holiday catalog. It's part of the plaid tidings suite, but it's great for anything. It's such a pretty color. Oh, and here's a tip for you. If you don't like your ribbons unrolling in your drawer, your box, or wherever you're keeping them, sometimes if the ribbon is really squishy, you can pinch in the ribbon, kind of see how I'm, how can I show you? See how I'm pinching that ribbon so that it pops up like that on top? And then you can reach under the plastic and pull the end of the ribbon out so that when you're pulling the ribbon out, the plastic is still keeping the rest of the ribbon from falling off. See how that works? A really great ribbon trick. So I'm gonna pull off just enough here to go ahead and use with my hoop, and I'm going to wrap the ribbon around this way and go ahead and cut the end off. And just kind of show you real quick, this method for attaching a ribbon and having sort of a decorative element on a card is also really fun. So I went ahead and I used the mini glue dots underneath the ribbon there that I already attached in another one. But this ribbon, then you can attach the ribbon to your card and have this be a really nice base, and you can put an image in the middle. But this is another fun way to use the hoops. So all kinds of great hoop ideas for your embellishments. All right, I think, here we come back up here for a moment. I think that is most of the embellishment tips that I have for you today. So be sure to stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to talk about Stampables, which if you've never heard me talk about Stampables before, a stampable is anything that's that you can get from anywhere around the house or an office supply store or paper clips or whatnot, that you can stamp things to decorate them. So like little gift ideas and treats and trinkets and stuff like that. So I will give you some tips on what to look for in a really good stampable and also how I store them. And I'll show you a stampable project tomorrow that I really enjoy. So, all right, Sue, I'm really glad you like the hoops. They have really been fun. I've gone through a lot of packages of them this fall already. So they are in the catalog for August to December. So make sure you pick these up before that catalog expires at the end of December. And yeah, all right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, love, comment, share. I love seeing everybody's comments about the video. Somebody said yesterday that they've been organizing, so that's really fun. I'm glad that we're getting some inspiration out there. So if you have a tip, I'm always happy to hear that in comments too. So, all right, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow to talk about Stampables. Happy stamping.